Hello, everyone, and welcome to Unapologetically Significant. Yay! We're back again. We hear those claps. We hear those claps.
We hear them.
I see the guy standing by the couch.
Yeah.
You keep clapping. I
Yeah,
like
you
that.
right there. We see you. We see you.
We're your hosts. You should know us by now, Rich
Shelly Marie.
and welcome here for another exciting episode. Tell you about how your body's working and how you're working and how you should be working and why you're not working and all kinds of good stuff.
All the things.
Yeah, all these things. You can tell we're, we tend to kind of go with the flow here because we're going to keep it real.
100%.
We could have all kinds of scripts and this and that and sound like a couple of robots up here, but hey, we just let it fly.
Mm-hmm. We're
Because
speaking
you're real, we real, so why not keep it real?
Keep it real. I mean, because real stuff be happening.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
although, and we may come up with a script or, bullet points of what we're going to touch on, and then life happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then today I was late. And I was at a food expo today and it was phenomenal. There was just every type of food, which is going to lead us to today's topic of what are we eating when we wake up?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. The age-old question. What to eat when you wake up. I mean, you've put in all this work during the nighttime. The body's cleansing itself, it's fixing itself, it's doing all these things. And then it's preparing for the next day. So it's doing its job. And then the next day comes, you wake up, and the question is, what do I eat?
Mm-hmm.
When do I eat? Should I eat? Should I
Yeah.
skip breakfast? I'm not a big breakfast eater, so I'll skip it. Well, the body, as we mentioned last time, likes consistency.
Absolutely.
And when you start eating on a schedule that varies all the time, your body has to adjust to you. And that takes a little bit of work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It has to get the enzymes ready and the acids and all the other stuff that needs to happen for you to properly digest food. But it doesn't want to play the guessing game with you, trying to figure out when you're going to eat. So there's some rule of thumbs that are good when it comes to when to eat, what time to eat. So breakfast in the morning is generally between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. Really shouldn't go any later than that. You don't want to go super early because the body is still getting up, functioning, and doing its thing. And you don't want to jam a bunch of food down there.
Right.
And we're going to be talking about what to put in there.
Right.
Okay.
It's a slow start. But
Yes.
7 to 9 is breakfast.
7 to 9 is breakfast. And think of this, I like to think of it kind of as a campfire. So you're out camping, okay? And what do? You build a nice big fire and whatnot, and you're preparing to cook the food. So from 7 to 9, you're just starting the fire. The fire's just starting. So it's not high enough, hot enough to really cook the food well yet. So that's the morning time. That's that 7 to 9. Now, as that fire builds up, now we're getting into about 11:30, 12 o'clock-ish. Now that fire is roaring. It's at its peak. And that happens and goes on to probably figure about 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish. So you got from about 11:30, let's say 11:30 to 2 o'clock is lunchtime. Fire is roaring. Do you put a little bit of food on the fire that you got a roaring fire?
Right. We're not eating a salad on a roaring fire. Well, we're going to double back that. So we're going to lay out the times and then we're going to double back and we're going to break it down a little further.
Right.
So no, the roaring fire is going to require the biggest portion of your
Right.
day, technically.
Right. So your largest meal should be at lunchtime.
Yes.
Fire's high. You can get into the planetary alignments and what
I
the
was just
sun
about
is
to say that.
doing. That's all in alignment around that noontime.
Mhm.
So that's when you eat your biggest meal. Okay. So we've eaten our big meal and clock still comes around. So when are you going to eat dinner?
When should you eat dinner or when are you eating?
Yeah.
You should be eating dinner Between 6 and really 8, I say
7,
7:30
yeah,
should be the absolute latest you should be eating. And we watched if you go back and watch the or listen to the other episodes that we talked about or we did, we touched on why it's so important to, like, cut food off and then get the proper sleep and all that stuff. So go back and watch it, do your homework. But 7:30 should be the absolute latest you're eating because that fire is dwindling down, and
Mhm.
now your body's got to start doing all of its preparing for its work that it has to do on your mind, body, and soul.
Yeah. So again, back to camping. Now you're gonna have fun all day. You're doing all this stuff, and the fire's dying down. You're like, okay, now let's cook some steaks and let's cook
Mhm.
this and that. We got a nice little low fire. It's not cooking those steaks real well.
Mm,
And now you either have to add more, get it started again, do all this stuff. Body kind of works the same way. That fire is going down. It's not a lot of heat being produced. So don't stick a big old hunk of meat in there, heavy foods, pastas, and all that
yeah.
stuff. Too heavy, too heavy. You don't have the digestive fire at that point in time to really break the food down well. And if you don't break it down well, then you produce toxins
Mhm.
and it'll deposit those wherever.
Yeah. Mainly
But,
inflammation starts with inflammation and then works its way up.
yep.
Um, but let's go back. Let's go back and talk about it. So let's go back to breakfast. You wake up. I'm not a breakfast eater. I'm gonna eat on. I'm gonna stop by Starbucks and grab something. I'm gonna go to the drive-through and get something and eat while I'm driving and listening and yelling at my kids because they're late to school. Whatever it is, like no, no. Okay. First of all, the morning time, you really need to take a moment to just be, right? And then we want to slowly wake ourselves up. Okay. That agni or that digestive fire that we're just talking about, it's really, really important to make sure we're paying attention that we have to feed it something. When your body is sleeping, when we're resting, when we wake up in the morning, we have the brain functions off of glucose, right? It functions. It needs to be fed. So you're starting your day and you have to give it something. I
Mhm.
usually start with a glass of, hot water and lemon. And then if I may have tea, I may have coffee, I may have something else after that. But I make sure in the morning time I'm dealing with, slowly waking my system up. Okay. So we'll touch on intermittent fasting later because I know y'all talking about it. I hear you, that person in the back again by the couch. You're saying it. I hear you, but hold that thought. Okay. Put a pin in it. So what are your thoughts about the transition and driving and eating and multitasking while you're eating if you choose to do so?
Okay, that's
Because we all do it.
yeah, we all do it. And the thing to keep in mind is that on one of the previous episodes, we talked about how you digest everything you see, everything you hear, what you're saying, food, all that stuff has to be digested by your body. So you're getting up from a restoration through the night, and you don't want to just leap into things right away and then stress the body all out. Shelley mentioned drinking water in the morning. Key. You lose a lot of water during the night. Okay. And there's actually about 8 to 10 holes on the top of your head. Those are microscopic holes. That's your lymphatic system that actually drain during the night. So you have the rest of your body that's draining, sweating, a light sweat. And you have these holes up here on the top of your head that are draining a lot of the garbage out of the lymphatic system. So with all that work being done, if you're just going to get up, get ready, jump in the car, head off, and go get yourself a latte or something. What are you really doing to the body?
Mm-hmm.
The body needs to replenish that water that was lost. So it's very key to do that,
Yeah.
number one. And like she said, you got to ease into the day. When you get ready to run a marathon, you don't get up and just go to the line and the gun goes off and you just start running. You got to do some stretching, got to do some other things. Same thing with your body. Take care of it. It's hungry. It needs fuel. It needs to function well. People, oh, I'm so foggy in the morning and this, that, and the other thing. Could it be you need some nutrition in
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. In that sugar crash, that I don't know how many calories is it in a latte or whatever we're eating in the mornings, but
Right.
it's gonna you're gonna crash later. That
Yeah.
brain fog, the sluggishness around 2 o'clock, you get tired, just have lack of energy, just
Mhm.
not thinking clearly. Well, what did you start off with?
Right. Right.
Right. To Richard's point, you're running this race and the gun ain't even went off yet. So you have a good start. You're doing great in your rearview mirror. You can see everybody looking at you like, what are you doing? We're still here.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider. Now, if you are, we're approaching fall. So fall, if you're going to eat, we want to eat something with seasonal, right? We want to eat seasonal vegetables and fruits that are available. Hopefully fresh, but it is what it is. Oatmeal is great for you. Spices, cinnamon, cumin, cardamom, all of these earthy, spicy fall types things will help create the logs on the fire, that digestive fire that you need to break down for the rest of the day. So we're prepping. We're just getting little things, stacking them up that we need for the rest of the day. As we move into lunch should be the biggest meal of the day. Okay. You pretty much have all day to work off whatever you ate, good, bad, or indifferent.
Hmm.
Okay. And it's in line. Like if you think about the sunrises, early, light, midday, the peak of the heat, okay, 11 to 1:32-ish. That's when we should be eating. And as the sun goes down, we have some dinner and it's starting to lighten up. But that if you are going to eat something during lunch, or to skip breakfast, make sure you dang sure better have a
Right.
big, healthy portion for lunch. And if you're doing all these things over time, a very short period of time, you'll notice a difference. You're not going to crash at 2 o'clock. You'll have that energy to push through the rest of the day and to make those last phone calls and the emails. But the key is we give so much of our time to work, to kids, to family, to politics, to social media, on and on and on and on. You deserve to give yourself at least 20 minutes of uninterrupted time to eat and enjoy your food. And I'm not talking about, slamming it down in front of your computer while you passive aggressively send these emails with everybody in God CC'd on them. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I'm saying go sit somewhere else, take yourself away from your computer, away from your phone. You're not going to die. The world's not going to end. I promise. Just give yourself that 20 minutes.
Yeah. So key. So key. And let's back it up a little bit.
Let's back it up.
So let's get back to early in the morning. By no means make it a regular habit of having a heavy breakfast. This is not the time every day for pancakes,
Bacon,
bacon,
chicken fried steak,
chicken fried
biscuits and gravy.
all that good stuff. Because just think of what you're putting in your body and what it has to get going on. Okay, you're weighing it down. So now your digestive system has to kick into full gear because you're loaded it up with so much stuff. Don't stop by one of these convenience stores and now, I got to get a Red Bull to get
Oh,
going.
Lord.
And
We
all
gonna
that
pray for
stuff.
you. Please don't do it. I understand it, but
So, the amount of caffeine that's in there,
and
you might as well take out the jumper cables and just jumpstart yourself every morning. Now, if you have to jumpstart your car every morning, what does that tell you?
Ooh, I like that.
There's something wrong with that
Yeah.
car.
Your check engine light is on, and you need to remove that Post-it off of it because it's still on.
Exactly. So think of
That's a
it
good
that
analogy.
way. You don't want to have to jumpstart it, jolt it, because guess what? What goes up comes down.
Mhm.
So at some point in time, you're going to have that crash. And then I know a lot of people, because I work with them, well, as they start coming down, they get another one.
Mhm.
I'm going to keep myself up all day. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's not sustainable.
No,
It's not healthy.
Nope.
I'm not saying we've all done it, right? At some point, and we may do it every once in a while. It's highly frowned upon, by the way.
Right.
But there's other ways.
Yep.
There's other ways, people. I promise there are other ways and it doesn't hurt. It's might be a little different for you and, you know, depending on your support system, people are going to give you the side eye like, "Oh,
Mhm.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes, you're not drinking your Red Bull in the morning or you're not drinking that Pepsi in the morning or, you
But
know,
guess what? I've gone 6 months, and I haven't missed a day because 'cause I'm not sick.
boom."
But you've been out almost every month, at
Mhm.
least a day or 2.
Mhm. Yeah,
Just saying.
just saying. Is it a coincidence?
I don't
Hmm.
think so. Where should you get your energy from? Obviously, eat a healthy diet, whole foods, what have you. Vitamin D, B complex, gives you an awful lot of energy, which is why you should be taking a good multivitamin. Or there be supplements that you can take that will give you that same boost, but you're working with the body. You're not jump starting it, forcing it to get going. So there are things that you can do. I like to call targeted supplementation. Again, circling back to the blood work. That's why you got to know where you're at.
Yeah.
You don't know where you're at. It's it can be very detrimental down the road.
Mhm.
Most of this country is deficient in vitamin D.
D.
Do you know where you're at, vitamin D?
Mhm.
Vitamin D can make you want to sit on the couch all day long
D
if
is
it's low.
yeah, D is for depression is what I'm finding now. Like
Exactly.
seriously.
It is.
Like everybody associates D with the sun and we live in Arizona, so we have plenty of sun. But I would say 85% of the adults that I know are lacking vitamin D or low,
Mhm,
including
mhm.
myself. I didn't know. I'm like, I'm out here walking a dang dog every day. I know I'm getting sun. But it wasn't enough. Even with me eating and the way they're cultivating, our vegetables, our fruit, we're not getting what we should be getting, even if this is why it's so important to infuse and be a little bit more plant forward in your meals. Because we know natively we're not getting what we need. Hence, targeted supplementation is what you
Right,
call it. I like it.
right.
You need to coin that. That's a fancy word. But we have to do something. You have to get your blood work so you know where you're at, and then we can hit these points and you're not just shooting in the dark. Like
Yeah,
not everybody is low in vitamin D, maybe it's B.
yeah.
But some of the things that you're feeling when you have these crashes or you feel like you need this sugar or you're having a salad for lunch, all of these things they're all tied back to the same thing.
They really are, really are. Test, don't guess.
Test don't guess. He got all the rhymes today.
But no, it's so vital. And, you know, okay, let's break it down even a little bit more. So in the morning, you mentioned oatmeal. What are some of the other things that people can have?
Oatmeal, kale is good. Granola technically is good, even though it's a little bit dry. I know you guys want to make a parfait. Make sure, there's a thing with
Mm-mm,
Ayurveda with not mixing
mm-mm,
dairy and oats. I know, I'm about to tell the
mm.
people. Let me tell them. Let me
Okay,
tell them.
okay.
So, you want to go with something that's a non-dairy, or Greek if you have to. My thing is baby steps. I want you to just try. And then as we progress, we can do better. Right.
Mhm.
But we have to start somewhere. Um, Sorry, Rich. Gotta start somewhere. But even like mixing in vegetables, you want in the fall, especially the fall, you want more savory. So just think about more savory things. Again, the cinnamons, the oats, the sweet potatoes, the squash, apples. Oh my goodness, apples and cinnamon
Mm.
will take you a long, long way.
They will.
And everybody says, "Oh, I don't like applesauce." I'm not talking about applesauce. I'm talking about getting some apples, put them in a pan for a couple of minutes with a little bit of cinnamon,
Mhm.
maybe a squeeze of lemon, and bam. Put that on top of your oatmeal. You can eat it by itself.
A
It's
clove in there.
a clove.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, clove is a really good spice. Got to be careful with it, but you
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your go-to?
My go-to, typically in the morning, it's either oatmeal or it's going to be a healthy shake
Mm.
has proteins in it.
Mhm.
It has fruits and veggies, all the good stuff in there. So I'm giving my body something that's easy to digest. That's one of the big things.
Easy
Don't
to
start
digest.
off with something that just your system's going to take hours to digest. You don't
So
want
the
to
key is if you need a fork to eat it, you want to go light with whatever that is.
Yeah.
Because it really should be a spoon or something you should drink.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy.
So, and if you're going to have a shake, okay, a lot of people like to put protein in their shakes, which is good. It's a good thing to have in there. Read the back of the label because there is everything from garbage to the exquisite out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to make sure you're not taking in something, you see this thing of 25 grams of fiber. Of protein. Oh, that must be great. You turn around, there's 15 grams of sugar in there.
Right.
Bam, you just defeated the whole purpose.
Yeah.
Right
That's like
there.
half the amount of sugar that you should have for the whole day. Roughly, you should have like 25 to 30 grams of sugar per day. Now you look on the back of that Red Bull at Pepsi, just saying. But anyway, sorry.
And don't
I
think that
digress.
diet is better. It's not. And here's the thing. Since you've segued on that, I got to say something on that. Soft drinks, soda.
I don't know why they call them soft, because they are hard enough on your stomach. Go ahead, pH balance, tell them.
So one of the big things with sodas is the pH. So you have the pH scale, okay? When the number's low, it's acidic, acid. Once you get up to 7, it's neutral. Over 7, it gets basic, called basic, okay? Now, you want to have your body at least in the 6s somewhere. It's a logarithmic scale, so each increment is a big dot deal, okay? So you want to be in the 6s, 6.5, 6, 7, 6, 8. If you can get to 7, that's great. You're neutral.
You're neutral.
Because guess what? Degenerative diseases only exist in acidic environments. The more acidic you are, the more you've opened Pandora's box, and you're just waiting for whatever's going to jump out.
That's crazy time.
And if they tell you that you can clean battery
Batteries.
terminals with a soft drink, does that tell you?
What do you think it's doing to your body?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think it's doing to your
Oh,
body?
I got acid reflux. Oh, I got ulcers. I wonder why.
Yeah.
You're putting all this battery acid down there, and it's just not healthy. So
I know Rich just went all scientific on y'all real quick, but the pH, honestly, you can go to any Walgreens, CVS. I'm giving shout outs to stores that I shop out. Not that they were getting paid by them, even though that would be nice. But you can go to any of these stores, even online, and purchase lemon paper and test yourself to see where you're at. And it's like, I don't know, $10 maybe?
yeah, if that.
It's not even that. You'll get back change if you give them a $10 bill. So check. That's going to be one of your walkaway tasks, is to see where you're at and then see where you're going, right? The big push for the last maybe 5 to 8 years has been alkaline diet, alkaline this, alkaline water.
Oh, Lord, don't get me going there.
Yeah.
But I got to get going on this alkaline water.
Yeah.
Okay, alkaline water. That is basically saying that thing is going to be at least 7.0 on the scale, pH scale. So it's going to be neutral, not acidic, not basic, kind of neutral, give or take 0.5% or so. But the thing is, when they put that water in the bottle, it probably is 7. You think it stays 7?
Well, let me think. They put it in a plastic bottle. They put it in a warehouse. Sits there for I don't know how long. Be heated facility, cooled facility. Then it gets to the shelf. I don't know. The chances of it being truly alkaline water, which they're selling it as,
I don't
is
think
slim
so.
to none.
Because here's the deal. O2, the oxygen we breathe in. Oxygen will depress pH, so it'll take the pH down. You think that bottle is airtight?
But that's what they said. I wrote it on TikTok.
Yeah. Let me get one on the line. I got one.
Got it.
Yes. So, they can say it's alkaline water because it probably did start out that way. It's not that when you get it,
Mhm.
Take one of those litmus strips and stick in there
Let's do
when you
that.
get that, and tell me if it's 7. And how are they maintaining it at 7? Because if it is, what did you put in there? Because plastic will diffuse air into it. Air will get into anything.
Mhm.
So how, if they are maintaining it, what else did you put in there
For
to
it to
buffer it so it will stay at 7?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. So it goes back to like really understanding what you're eating or drinking and reading it.
Mm,
And then knowing what your benchmark is. Is you know 12, 15, 20 grams of sugar, is that normal? Is that what you should be having? Are you, I mean, because there's a lot of pre-diabetics, if not diabetics, running around here from the age of 7 all the way up to 107.
mm,
Okay. So it is imperative that you take some accountability and ownership into what's going on with your body. You blaming it on time? Like, come on. Seriously, you're blaming it on your schedule. You're blaming it on money. You're blaming, like, stop. Just
yeah,
really,
yeah,
at some point, you gotta be like, "Yeah, you're right, Shell.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't read it. I didn't do it." So then when you get to, I'm gonna circle back and go back to lunch while you're eating this lunch and slamming down this Red Bull on this salad while doing emails, like, you really need to think about what you're sacrificing, what you're willing to sacrifice in the greater good of things for time.
Hmm.
I got bills, he got bills, we have families, we have life. We're out here living it, trying to live our best life,
Yeah, yeah,
actually.
exactly.
So it can be done. Will there be bad days? Will there be challenging days? Absolutely.
Hmm.
But this is why it's so key to meal prep at least half the week, you know? And so you'll know what you're eating, what you're getting into you getting in your system, and then when it comes I know we kind of didn't really go to dinner so much,
Hmm.
but to Rich's point, because I know we're getting close on time, is to like really lighten up that load and eat with the seasons. If you're eating anything and then all of a sudden you're getting acid reflux, question mark, shouldn't
Hmm.
happen. If you're getting constant bloating, question mark, shouldn't be happening. I don't care if it happened to your mom and them. It should not be happening. Okay. So this is your body trying to talk to you. And this is us reminding you that you gotta stop and listen to your body. Otherwise, it will sit your ass down. And then you're gonna have to listen to doctors,
Yeah.
nurses, pharmacists, us saying, I told you so, but we still have you.
See, you thought you were slick when you went to the
Hmm.
doctor. And like, oh yeah, they talk about getting these blood tests. Some of the ones that are a little bit more informed. Just run my glucose numbers.
Yeah, that's all you
Don't,
need.
don't, don't run that A1C.
Mm-mm.
Because that A1C covers 30 days, 30 to
Mm,
60 days. I don't want you knowing what I was doing back then because I know I got the blood test. So
mm.
2 days before, I'll start eating right and
Yeah,
think I want to trick the test.
yeah, they think all that celery and water gonna do something. No. It's like you're only cheating yourself. It's
Yep,
like
yep.
you can use any AI tool to do the homework, right? But at the end of the day, when you're called to the carpet on doing the task, the action part of it, you don't know it. You
Right.
aced the test, but you flunked real life. This is you.
Yep.
Like, why would you cheat yourself? Like, it is hard. It is sometimes it's like, dang, this is my numbers.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
I'm totally have a D in like body chemistry right now. Like, but you don't always have to have a D.
You can change it.
You can
You
change it
can change
at
it.
any time.
You go back a year. Again, I know we're running close on time here. You go back a year, I had out of probably 100 different tests, I had, I think, 21 or 22 that were on the functionally high end.
Mm,
So the numbers were too high. Targeted supplementation, eating right, exercising. I had it done 3, 4 months ago. I have only 6. So I brought it down all the way to 6. Don't tell me it don't work
mhm.
because it does.
It does,
Yep.
and you just have to make the choice
Yep.
to just try it. Like you've tried everything else,
Right.
and
Right.
it's your life,
Hmm.
and you are responsible for someone or something. So
Hmm.
you need to take care of yourself so you can continue being responsible for that someone or something.
Exactly.
It's pretty easy but then it's very difficult at the same time because you have life, you have pressures of life, you have peer pressure, adult peer pressure, you
Right.
have muscle memory, habits, traditions, cultures. Like at some point, you just kind of have to reevaluate things and then reassess and say, okay, is this working for me right now?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not, you'll have a choice and technically a responsibility to change it.
Right.
It's like you have two choices. You can accept the things the way they are, all power to you, or to accept the responsibility to change them.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So what homework do they have?
Homeworks is a litmus paper to see where your
Okay.
pH is.
That's one.
And
A book, maybe?
a book, Fiberfield. It is amazing. It has tons of recipes in there. And it also kind of does an educational piece to kind
Mm-hmm.
of break down uh, how food is broken down
Right.
and how it affects the body.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really important for us to understand it because, like, if you don't know it, really, we could play, naive about it. Like, oh, I didn't know.
Mm.
Well, you knew it looked weird when I was driving the wrong way on the wrong side of the freeway, but I kept doing it because nobody
Yeah.
said anything. Like, seriously, educate yourself. But Fiber Fueled is it's a really, really good book and it has some awesome recipes. You can
Mhm.
tweak them and modify them as you need it, but the educational piece and the tie-in of
Right.
how food actually affects positive and negative affects the body. It talks about diabetes, talks about weight, talks about
Mhm.
sugar.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a
talks,
great book.
it talks about everything.
It's a great book. So read it, really take it in, take it to heart, because we want you to be healthy.
Yeah.
It sucks to not be healthy. So let's try and get as healthy as we can. Why not? Live a nice, long life and where you can do things and not all broke down and
Mhm.
can't do anything. So
You don't really appreciate it until it's gone.
yeah.
There's a whole bunch of oldies but goodies music about you ain't gonna miss me when I'm gone, ain't no sunshine when I'm gone. Like there's a whole bunch of them. And it's the same thing. Like I don't want to think about or have any regrets about squandering time.
Mhm.
And now I have feet problems or I have heart issues or I have, dementia or depression or any of these things that are going to slow me down or debilitate my ability to function as a
Right.
person. Like I'm really going to have to depend on somebody. We're all going to have to depend on somebody at
Yeah.
some point in our life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to milk that out.
No, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I want to make that really a long way away, not like today.
Yeah.
And for those people that are struggling, it's not the end of the world.
Right.
You still have time to change. You just have to, like, again, understand what's going on and have the desire to want to do better. Like, no one, even though I don't care what your situation is, as long as you're going to be on this planet, you could be doing better than what you are.
Right.
Even if it's just now I get to walk to the mailbox before I could only walk to the front door.
Right.
Maybe it's not the mailbox. Now I can walk down to the block. Now I'm running a 5K. Now I'm doing a half marathon.
Yeah.
Like it's baby steps. You never know what God's purpose is or universe or whoever you believe in, your purpose is.
Right. And I'm going to close with this. This is for the guys out
Who?
there, because I know guys, because I happen to be one.
Yeah, he's one. You're a good one.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Guys are stubborn.
Mhm.
Guys think they'll live forever. Guys think they don't have to get checkups. Guys think they don't have to go to the doctor. Guys think they operate on a totally different plane where they're exempt from all this stuff. I used to be there. That's why I know.
Mhm.
This is what I want you to do, guys. Next time you're in the supermarket, I want you to pay attention to the couples that are in there. So you're going to see a man and a woman with a shopping cart. And I want you to observe how the woman is typically ahead of the guy. And the guy is holding on to the shopping cart and shuffling along. I
Mhm.
noticed that years ago. And I said, I ain't going to be that guy. I am not going to be that guy that's shuffling along. And people, oh, well, men work harder. They do this or that. So what?
Yeah.
So what? You can still be healthy and work hard. So the next time you're in the supermarket, take a look at that. Because that's going to be you if you don't get it together.
Get it together.
Yeah. And with that, peace out.